All right. So, a little while ago, we had an experience here at the house that kind of reminded me of something I think about a lot with regard to mistakes and people trying to be perfect. So what happened was, my partner, Jamie Temple, look up her channel, Jamie Temple Art. It's a great YouTube channel. And we've been having a lot of fun recording fine art videos in addition to the finance videos I do here. So this morning, we were recording something. It's going to be a really cool video about how she has found a lot of water around upstate New York, where we currently are, water scenes to paint. And, we did one pass through with a teleprompter, which I'm not using a teleprompter right now, by the way. If you can tell, I'm just speaking off the cuff today. We did one pass through with the prompter and it didn't sound very good. So we did another one, sounded great. She was very personable, her usual cheery self. But what happened was the audio did not record. So she got pretty upset about this. Didn't bother me. I figured, we'll do it again. We'll do it again tomorrow. But here's what it reminded me of. I think people are I think in our society, we don't like to make mistakes. I mean, certainly there's an element of I was brought up that way, of like you got to have the right grades, you got to go to the right colleges, universities, get the right education, have the right jobs. I mean, I have all that in me. I've kind of charted my own path a little bit. I never really did the corporate thing that everybody says they did, and then saw the light, and then got out of that. But I definitely do still have some of that idea that we need to be perfect. And one of the things with regard to my financial advisory, financial planning business is I have had so many people over the years come in to see me and they've apologized and they feel embarrassed and ashamed when their financial picture is not what they think it should be. Or I think they come in and they're talking to a financial planner and they somehow believe, wow, this person has it all together and always has when it comes to money. And I just got to tell you, I don't know anybody that hasn't made some mistakes. I mean, now I can't speak for all the financial advisors I know because I don't know all of them well necessarily, but of the people I do know well and I know about their backgrounds, sure. Do they all have personal or business or some kind of financial mistake, something that's impacted their finances that if they could have a redo, they would? Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll share a couple of mine. I did have a relationship, not the current one, but I did have a relationship in the past where I wasted a lot of money just on various ideas, crazy things that money should not have been spent on, remodeling a house that was really just a money pit. That was the bulk of it right there, just kind of throwing good money after bad. I don't even want to tell you how much. It's embarrassing. It's really bad. I had another one. I don't want to say too much about this. I've had a lot of businesses, and I had one business a few years back that when I decided I didn't want to be there anymore, I wanted to do something different. I was in business with some people who made it really unpleasant, hurtful, brutal, unkind, just because they could. And that rocked me. And what I learned from that was, be careful who you do business with, because you can really pick the wrong people and give them way too much power. And I did that in one situation. Again, I've had a lot of businesses. I'm not going to say which one that was. Gave the wrong person too much power, and they turned out to be a bad, bad person. So that was a problem, and that did hurt me financially. And that was a few years back, like I said. It took me some effort to recover from that, actually. And even to this day, not about that in particular, but about a lot of things. I have this mug here. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Pour yourself a tall glass of Get Over It, and here's a straw. You can suck it up. So, okay. Here's the point, though. I want to tell you about your own financial mistakes. Don't be embarrassed about it, and don't let that be the reason that you are hesitant to talk to a financial planner. You know, like I said, I've seen financial planners with bad mistakes, some of them bad divorces, some of them had previous business ventures that didn't go well and they had to start all over. I think the difference is, though, that when you have the people that go into financial planning, like myself and many of the others that I know, we have this interest in not only wanting to help ourselves, but other people. I mean, I really was back, several decades ago when I was a reporter at Variety in Hollywood. I started reading all these personal finance and personal investment books. And that led me to going to the Kellogg School at Northwestern, getting an MBA, and then eventually to becoming a financial planner because I love the hacks, the plans, the ways that a person can organize, streamline not only their finances but their life. And I like to help people with that. And that's why I like to educate myself on that, to get even better at that. And kind of coming around to what some of those points I was making before, learning from my own mistakes. And any honest person that walks this planet is going to tell you, yeah, I've made some mistakes, and you learn from it, and you get out there, and I enjoy helping others, teaching others. You know, they're going to make their own mistakes. You've got your own stuff, and it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to come in and sit there and show me your investments, your mortgage statement, your taxes, and apologize for the things that you think have gone wrong financially. Because I hear that a lot. I hear that a surprisingly large amount of the time. And it's always struck me is like, you don't have to do that. And I think too, there's a little bit of this guilt tripping, like, the one about Don't Buy the Latte's famous series of books. I can't remember the exact name of it now, but, I guess I get the point of where that author is coming from, of kind of don't waste your money on silly stuff. I mean, in hindsight, do I have stuff I wish I hadn't wasted my money on? Yeah. Is it a latte? No. No. It's those tens of thousands of dollars of useless remodels to a money pit of a house that ended up getting sold. Yeah, that's a whole long story. Really not that interesting to get into, but it was a mistake. You get my point. So it wasn't the latte. It was tens of thousands of dollars is what it was. And have I recovered from that? Yeah. Have I fixed my financial situation? Yeah. Part of it was actually ending the relationship that led to all of that. And, that comes back to it. The personal situations. I mean, we all know somebody. I know many, many people who have gone through painful and expensive divorces. And divorce is another area that sometimes people drag each other through the mud just because they can. Not even necessarily because there's millions of dollars at stake. It's just emotionally because they can. A little bit kind of like the business situation that I discussed a few minutes ago. It's, people just mess with you because they can. Because they're not nice. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of doing a lot in this video. It's a little bit of a off the cuff confessional, I guess. I think I have the tendency, like a lot of people in finance to do, is to kind of hide behind that. Hey, I've got it all together. Look at me. I'm all buttoned up here. No, I've never worn a suit, actually. I've never had a job in my life where I've worn a suit, and I'm very proud of that. But the idea that I'm all professional and I've never done anything wrong. No, I'm telling you a couple of things I've done wrong. So if you come to me for financial planning, we can certainly talk about this. I'm happy to. And I don't want you to feel apologetic for your mistakes. And I also definitely want you to feel like it's okay. If you want the latte, go get the latte. I think it's always just the bigger things to watch out for. So maybe I'm doing a few things here. I want you to maybe think about the areas where maybe there's things you're doing right now or decisions you've made that could lead to worsening your financial situation, even when you don't intend for that to happen, of course. And some of these you don't realize it as it's happening, and you just go forward and you learn from it and you don't repeat the mistake. The other thing I want to convey here today is don't let your own sense of embarrassment, misplaced as it often is, about your financial mistakes, don't let that stop you from getting help, okay? And if you ever talk to a financial advisor who kind of makes you feel guilty or stupid, a lot of them make people feel stupid, like they just talk over their heads. I would suggest not working with that person. That's a whole other topic. I'll do a separate video about that sometime. But don't feel bad talking to a financial advisor. They shouldn't shame you or make you feel stupid in any way. And the third thing is get the latte. Just buy the damn latte, because that is not the thing that is going to derail your retirement. Okay. We're going to go record that video again tomorrow, and I'll put a link up to it, the art video, the Jamie Temple art video. Go check her out on YouTube. It's a really fun channel. I do a lot of the editing on there, and I really love it. And her art is great. You're going to love it. But, again, don't beat yourself up over your mistakes. This is probably a message to me as much as it is to anybody else, to any of you. Hopefully, we can all share in that. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. And this was fun. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.